Hello.
What's up, man?
Living somebody's dream.
Yeah, I figured I'd just go ahead and start, play it out. So I've got nothing else really to do at the moment.
Nice. Ooh, hey, there's Unga juice. Nice.
So what did you decide to drink?
I'm having wine tonight, and I'm also having Unga juice with my character.
Oh, nice.
I'm playing Space Station 13, Colonial Marine server, and someone made up a batch of Unga juice, which has Marilyn. I don't even know what that one does. There's oxycodone, dermaline, quelotine, tricortrazine, Marilyn, and bicaridine. The bica treats brute damage. I don't know what Marilyn and dermaline do. I know tricord treats a little bit of toxin, poison damage, and burn damage. Quelotine does a lot of burn damage repair. Oxy, of course, is just a painkiller. So apparently my guy will be absolutely drugged all to hell. Fucking idiot. I think he's the dropship, or the drop commander on our dropship here. Told us to all act like real Americans and have our weapons drawn at all times when the MPs come on the dropship. And for those of you who don't know, Space Station 13 is a very fun game. It's very, very old. But the particular server I'm playing on is based on the Alien universe. And yeah, they're telling us to unholster our weapons and show that we're good Americans. I'm like, I'm Canadian. Ooh, but I found a Zippo. That's like...
Live stream at the Discord. I'll put up a picture-in-picture on the right-hand side.
Oh, no. Alright. Give me a sec here. See, the problem I have with Discord doing this is it'll either capture just the game window and none of the text chat, but you get all the sounds, or I can capture the entire window, but then you don't get any of the sounds. So I will give you the view without text chat, so that is going to be kind of boring. We are waiting for our briefing here.
It's fine. Let me get a source capture here. Let's see here. Desktop capture, smart selection, desktop, How about... Nope, not that one.
You will get to hear us scream like idiots, though. That's nice, though. Oh, shit, it's playing copyrighted music, so let me stop that. The admins decided to play some music, which is never a good idea.
Gotcha.
Wait. Gail Barrios has been jailed for minor disorderly conduct in confinement, resisting arrest, disrespect of a superior officer, and assault. What a... what a way to start the game. Way to start the op.
There we go.
Nice. Oh no.
Let's put it right over the logo. I don't even know what that looks like on stream. I'm gonna go check that out.
It doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit small. Oh wait, I should probably go attend the briefing. I am ignoring that. Uh-oh. Where the hell is our briefing? Oh, it's probably in the briefing room.
I'm gonna mute out while you do that. I gotta take the dog out and do some adulting.
That's not on a delay, is it?
No.
Oh, that's not good, because I would be metacomming, so I have to stop this. Oh, so part of the way this game works, the way the rules are enforced, is metacoms or otherwise live streaming without a delay is frowned upon / bannable, because it gives people a very, very good idea as to what's going on, especially in a game like this, because there are people who play the xenomorphs, and it's actually a good thing then that I'm not showing what's on scrolling up in text. But what'll end up happening is that, a player playing a xenomorph could, stream snipe, see what the briefing is, what we're doing, and then carry on from there and, have a distinct advantage. So with that in mind, I will sadly have to end my little stream here.
Well,
just because I don't want to get in trouble.
You get banned from your favorite game.
Exactly.
Well, what's the delay that's required? Because right now I'm using low latency.
Usually about 30 minutes if you're going to be streaming live.
Ooh,
Otherwise, recorded for YouTube is fantastic.
Okay, well, in that case, remove. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, can't have that. That's all right. If anything, somebody saw you eat crayons and everything's fine.
Well, I also ran into the corner where you wouldn't be able to see much of anything going on, so I'll be good.
Okay. Yeah,
but
that would suck so bad.
Oh man, there's a, what is this? M1911. Sweet. It is a garbage pistol in this game. In before M1911 fans freak out and go, "Mrr, it's a great gun, mrr." No, it's actually, I've shot those things. They're actually garbage. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. The ones the Canadian Forces have are garbage because they're all from, the 50s, I want to say. Oh, good. And everyone's removing magazines from the weapons and putting them back in to make an unholy sound. Actually, I can stream that for you into Discord, and then you can hear this unholy sound going on.
Okay.
It is horrifying.
Watch stream.
It gets worse when you have, like, hundreds of people doing it. What? What do you want?
All right, my dog is getting antsy. I have to take him out, so I'll be right back.
Okay, you have fun with that. Hello, chat. I hope everyone is doing well.
Go, go, go! Get them!
I hope everybody in chat is doing well today. Seems like Lumi forgot to put the music back on, but that happens. So instead, you get to listen to me madly type on my computer while I type in text chat, because this game is a lot of fun. Like I said, I can't show it just because that'll get me in a lot of trouble if it's not on a large delay. But it's all text chat based, so I end up having to type like a madman, which for me is all kinds of fun because I'm not exactly a fast typer, and I have been completely ignoring my squad lead, so I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. So, this will be fun. And hopefully, I'll remember not to say anything when I eventually get mauled to death. Maybe we can go hunt for, like, crayons. Maybe I'll do that. But in the meantime, I have now hit level 79 in WoW on my Death Knight in WoW Classic. My Demon Hunter in retail is sort of taking a break right now. I haven't really been playing it all that much, which I probably should at some point. But my Death Knight is so much fun, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot more than the Resto Druid I'm playing for healing. But of course, trying to level with the Resto Druid is just... it's a chore. Let's be honest, it's not fun. I pity people who actually leveled in Classic as a Resto Druid. That would have driven me insane. Wait, where did my boss go? Oh no. Now kids, never wander off alone. I'm drinking a, I think it's an Italian wine I'm drinking tonight. So much dead air. I'm sorry. I wish I could show you this game that I'm playing, but like I said, not on a 30-minute delay, so no go. However, I can talk about other things. What can I talk about? It snowed. It snowed the other day, and I finally got my winter tires on. I've been delaying and sort of putting that off, thinking, I'll probably get another week or so out of it, but now it has snowed, so I've had to put on my winter tires. Sad face. But thankfully I can do it myself, and I don't have to, like, pay somebody else to do it for me, which is amazing and awesome and wonderful. And I think Crit Chicken should be joining us soon. Which will be fun. Tonight's episode for the podcast should be a lot of fun. I've had a fun day of ship posting against an individual, not idiot. No, wait, they're an idiot. Never mind. That'll all be revealed a little bit later in the show, but suffice to say, someone who is in a position of leadership, who should be acting like an adult, is acting more like someone who took their Xbox controller away from them and they're being a little bit of a bitch. So it's just, of course, making me just, troll them that much harder, because, yeah. I love it when adults act like children, sort of like, really? Why? Why you not grow up? I hope the audio levels are good. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Welcome. We're live.
Raid.
Who won the word now? Sorry.
Wow, Grandma.
Meow.
Wow, Grandma.
Yeah. What about?
Watch
What about?
the raid. A mythic raid.
Oh, okay. I have no idea who that is.
She's an old widowed woman that actually plays WoW.
Oh. That's fantastic. Oh, that's right. I'm drinking a Merlot tonight.
Yeah, she has 73,000 followers. I want to be like that at her age.
Hell yes. I will join you in that endeavor. Get off my lawn and get out of my raid.
Grandma, can you play with us?
Damn kids. Oh god, am I actually gonna die here? Fail.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm playing Space Station 13, so...
It won't be special years from now, though, because then we're just going to be grandparents with the same amount of people that we gamed with anyway.
That's true. That is true. It's kind of funny, a lot of people I know in my age bracket still game like they used to, like,
Even
30 years ago.
Even my GM plays WoW, and he's older than me. Like, what the shit? He's like, well, I'm not gonna play WoW until it comes to console. He's like, it looks like WoW's coming to console. I'm like, god damn.
Lol. It's amazing.
How would that even work anyway? I can't make it. There's so many buttons to push.
Yeah, but if it's like key binding and stuff like that, you can toggle. Like if you have like certain triggers on your controller, you can trigger, and that would be a different button or something like that. Plus, you can use analog sticks to control your character.
Oh god, it's gonna be like a freaking weapon wheel or action wheel. Oh.
Okay,
God
so
damn, no.
the drink of choice is Bishop's Cider. This is Texas Strawberry.
Nice.
So,
I'm drinking a Merlot from Australia.
well,
It's
I'm
Little
drinking
Penguin.
a cheap wine cooler from Winn-Dixie.
Seagrams.
Nice.
No, it's the margarita, frozen margarita, wild berry.
Well, here's
I do
to you.
have Seagrams. I have the special limited edition Italian ice flavored.
Italian ice flavored. You know, there was a, what is that called? Oh gosh.
Did you know that they actually have whatchamacallit? Mountain Dew hard. Hard Mountain Dew.
Hard. Well, I know they have flaming hot Mountain Dew, but Mountain Dew hard?
Alcoholic Mountain Dew.
That's just not right.
There's something going on with like heavily caffeinated drinks and alcohol that's causing a big health problem right now.
We're one of 4 states that have it. I'm almost 78 in...
I hit 79 today.
Yes.
I haven't even created a character.
No.
Well, sir, I recommend you get on that.
You know, I really don't want to relive with Lich King.
Well, you have only a couple more days to get that Proto Drake in retail.
I've been enjoying it, having never played Classic ever. Not like my friends who are Classic babies. I'm enjoying it, and so are you. Yeah, I've never played Classic. I remember playing Hunter for 40 minutes when it first came out, and I was so bored. I was like, I'm never playing this game again.
And somehow I got him into playing a druid first, and now he's like, yes, Death Knight, haha, kill, me.
What
Well,
flavor,
see, it's only because they don't have Demon Hunters yet.
what flavor druid?
Resto.
Yeah, for now, but once he actually... He'll probably enjoy Bumpkin too. He'll enjoy any spec, I think, but...
I hate tanking, so bear spec, no.
Oh.
Like, I've only ever tanked once, and that was because we actually ran out of tanks, and we needed an extra tank.
Well,
Because
the good thing
our
about
actual tank was gone that night.
the good thing about Feral though is you can do kitty or bear, so you don't have to necessarily spec into bear, but it will be versatile because you can still like be able to shift and do stuff and be like, hee, I can run faster than you bitches.
That's like the allure of being a druid, no matter what flavor you are, is the fact that you can just drop in a cat, you can go into stealth, you can do all kinds of cool stuff.
I love stealth so much. Holy shit, just being able to go directly to what I need to kill and just give it and then kind of stealth out of a location. Like,
It's great. And then, of course, you need to get out of a situation, but you can't take the hits, drop into bear, and hope for the best. I mean, it's it is a wild ride. I've loved playing a druid, but only thing that would come a close second would probably be Disc Priest.
and actually, Disc Priest is super powerful in Wrath right now too. It's one of the top healers for mitigation damage or mitigation bubbles.
Are they going through the same patch levels like they did when it was
No, I
actually
think
retail?
they already.
Or?
I think they jumped ahead to later patches or whatever, but we're not currently in as far as like talents and stuff like that goes. But I think they're already. We haven't unlocked Trial of the Crusader yet.
Oh wow, Trial of the Crusader. You face Jaraxxus.
He never experienced the jousting.
Oh, jousting.
Jousting?
Yes, there is jousting.
Oh no.
So I think I got the really rare green protodrake, or was it the rusted protodrake? I forgot which one it was. The one that you get for flying around Uldar.
I think Ulduar is probably from Razor Scale, and then you get the green one from the Oracle Dailies.
Okay, well, there's one that's actually I guess you would call it a world drop, and it's on a really rare mob and drops really rare. I think. I forgot. I can't.
Is it the Time Lost Proto?
That might be it. I'd have to fire up WoW to find out.
Because the one in Shalazar Basin, or not Shalazar, but around Storm Peaks is the Time Lost Proto Drake.
Storm Peaks, that was it. Yeah, it was a time. Then that's the one I have.
Yep. Yeah, I got that one too. I died first to get it. I saw someone like I passed it by on a flight path, and then I just kind of like, yeah. So I'm going all potato right now.
Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun because I played vanilla and I dropped out. I came back about mid Lich King, so I got to experience a lot of that. Right, and then I played all the way to Cataclysm, and then dropped out in Cataclysm and came back at whatever expansion we're at right now. I think, yeah, because I was playing a mage at the time, and I really wanted Frostfire mages to work, and because blue fire, right? And I did. I think I ended up joining some large guild. I got made fun of because I didn't have high enough crits and my DPS was garbage. But then again, I was up against people who were in like full 25-man heroic gear. And I was just like, I can't compete with this. You dragged me in here. Like, what are you making fun of me for,
I love it when people are sitting in WoW, like when they open up LFR, or not LFR, but like they have LFG going for raids and shit in retail.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're going to do AOTC stuff, but you have to have your AOTC or else we won't accept you. It's like, okay. How are you supposed to get AOTC if you don't have your AOTC? Or if they expect you to already have it, it's like, what the fuck? And for all you non-World of Warcraft players, AOTC, it just stands for ahead of the curve. And it's usually something that's an achievement awarded to people who beat whatever tier of raid that is on heroic before the next raid tier unlocks. And people get really elitist with that, and it's so funny to see it all the fucking time. I just don't understand people. It's like, you want them to have this achievement when they need to do this thing to get the achievement, but you don't want them to try to get the achievement. You only want people with the achievement already. Right, okay.
I mean, that also comes down to, like, and they expect you to do it as a pug. I guess if you can do it as a pug, it qualifies you to be in a structured guild type raid. I have no idea. A lot of it was back asswards anyway. All the DPS counters and whatnot. I know that, like, if you're in a serious guild and you want to raid, and the guild is a raiding guild, and you're raiding 4 nights out of the week, or whatever it is, yeah, no, like, run the meta. Only wear the things that make you do the things that you're supposed to do. Do it. Like, that's what you're supposed to. Have the correct, trade skills. That way you get the appropriate bonuses for the class that you're trying to run. Like, it's fine, but I fell out of that real quick because, number one, I was already working for a living. And I didn't feel like taking on a different job in a cartoon world that I was paying to be in.
Yeah, when I used to do raiding in Legion for retail, I was putting in about 80 hours a week into just that, like the actual fights and then the analysis thereafter. It was just, ugh. It absolutely became a second job. And it wasn't fun after a while. Like, it's kind of put me off raiding for a while, and it also doesn't help that I hurt my wrist being a turbo tryhard. Well, I was playing
turbo.
Well, yeah, like I was playing Demon Hunter, and the actions per minute or APM for that class at that time was around 110. And in order to compensate for your lag and the world lag, you ended up having to do about 130 to 150 actions per minute just to make sure your spells and abilities were going off at exactly the right time. And that causes a lot of damage to your wrists if you don't have your hands positioned properly on your keyboard.
You say that, I remember looking at, what was it? It was Final Fantasy XIV, because I thought I'd give that a try. I never downloaded it, and I never did. But it was during that time, about a month back, where I really wanted something with good hand-to-hand combat, right? Whether it was martial arts or what. Like, a good example would be like, have you ever played Max Payne?
I have, actually.
I have not.
There's a mod for it that was really good that pretty much turns you into Neo from the Matrix. So, and I say that in the sense of, like, you had all the kung fu.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, it was really good, and that was really satisfying with the bullet time, and bullet time was a new concept at that particular time. It was good. But since then, I haven't really found a good hand-to-hand system. I think Neverwinter came okay with it because you had some good stuff, and that was based on Dungeons and Dragons. Neverwinter Nights, not the garbage MMO that's out right now with like 50 different currencies and other bullshit. So it was more D&D based, and even still, I think even when they released Pillars of Eternity, that was like a really satisfying monk build. You didn't have to be weapons. I wanted bare-fisted combat because it was challenging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm still looking for that bare-fisted, like, you have all these wonderful weapons, and they're glorious, and they shine, and they spew fire from their ends, but I want somebody who could beat the fuck out of you, literally. Right? Like, it's like, oh, fancy weapons, right. Don't care. Here we go. And I think I even challenged myself a few times with Dark Souls, like all 3 Dark Souls, and it got worse every iteration. But barehanded Dark Souls is something to behold, especially if you get your parries just right. You just stun lock everything that's humanoid. It is a glorious thing. Which brings me to Elden Ring, which you can use bare fist, but it's garbage. Like, I think it was Scumnut, of all people. He had gone through and tried doing a bare fist build, and of course he was doing stuff with, what was it? I think he was modifying his stats, so we'll just call it a mod, right? So, and hand-to-hand is based heavily on strength and secondarily dex, or agility, or whatever the counter that they have in there. And did I not? I could have sworn I gifted you.
Yeah, I think it's 6 months. But the random pop-up said 3. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it only counts how many you've been subscribed for, not how long you've prepaid.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, all right, cool. I was making sure because I was trying to make sure that nobody involved in this was actually out of pocket and trying to get the badges. Anyway, so he bursted them all to 99, and mind you, when he was first starting out, so he was hitting for like 2 points of damage, but there was a lot of nimbly-bimbly bouncing around and dodging. He bursted it up to 99 for both of those stats, and it went up to 4 damage a hit, which was laughable. I'm like, oh. So you can't bare fist, you cannot fist your way through Elden Ring, and that really broke my heart. It really did.
I would hope you don't fist through Elden Ring.
Oh man, given the chance, I would fist
Your
every
heart was
game.
broken because you couldn't go fisting.
That's right.
I see.
Both fists.
Oh my.
Oh.
So you dual fisted. Oh no. Oh no.
In Elden Ring, you could power stance your fist, which means you hit with both at the same time. So.
Oh. Oh no.
Well then.
All I can hear is like from if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device. I cast fist.
I mean, technically, if you roll a monk, you can fist things.
That's true.
Is my mouse
Oh
locked?
my.
Did my mouse turn off? Don't tell me my mouse turned off. No,
Well,
mouse.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Well, no, I've got this awesome like Razer mouse, and it's fantastic, but it dies in battery real quick. But I was looking at Crit Chicken's little sub icon, and it has the second layer of awesomeness.
What do you mean?
Well, look at the chat. Look at your little Wi-Fi signal. You got your second.
Oh
bar.
yeah, it's slowly growing.
It is.
Oh yes, rank 3 Starfall. Everything will die. Haha. I was using rank 1, okay, and I was still getting things down, but now I'm just the powerhouse of death.
Nice.
I was also using rank 1 Insect Swarm because I swapped over from Resto to Bumpkin without even thinking about it, so all my stuff is officially raised up so I can kill things efficiently.
Nice.
Oh, it's so bad, especially with the Brutal Gladiator gear. I don't even have... I have the Brutal Gladiator gear for Resto. And I've been destroying things. Annihilating, like... Sometimes I pop, like, Nature's Grasp on myself, and I'm able to kill at least 6 things. While I'm... 6 or more things. With, and then if things are coming close to me, I just typhoon them to like kind of like stun them a little bit, and then I still rain down more of my hurricane and starfall, and then at the same time, and then there's like pretty piles of death everywhere. I shouldn't be happy about that, but I am.
No, that's cool. That's awesome, actually.
Alright, let's look at this show card. Show topics.
It's like, what are you? What are you? You're dead.
You're dead to me.
Oh, I could probably use one of my Crit Chicken emotes or whatever in the podcast too now.
Sweet. Give me the one you want me to use, and I'll put it in, and I'll get rid of the this one because this is a default one. Because right now I'm talking with Dankwart because I want to create a, not necessarily a mascot, but something to use beyond what we currently have. And I want it to be a cat. But not only do I want it to be a cat, I want it to be heavily... Well, before I even say this, how into the furry world are either of you? Either by study or by practice?
I play a druid. I play 2 druids.
Press 1
I
to
mean
roar.
a druid.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
whoa.
Oh no.
So, there's this concept of protogens and primogens, right? And those are your brute characters. I know Imy's in Seta's Discord, and I think Critter Cottage if you joined it. But,
Say it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in his Discord.
okay.
Not that I understand any of that. I'm just there for the emotes, which is why I joined like 40 some odd Discords.
Well, Orca Commander actually gave me the sheet on what a protogen is, which is a second generation primogen, and it is more furry-like in the sense of it's that typical stereotypical cartoon furry-like character, except that they've got a nano display for a face. And it's not necessarily a nano display, it's nanites, so it can actually form mouths and help you eat and whatnot, but it's also a light up display. And this is on top of like arms can be mechanical, and it can have more than 2 ears, so you could have like 4 ears and whatnot. But I want to take those type of concepts and apply them to just a regular ass cat.
Or
And-
like I could see about commissioning someone to have like either like my bumpkin character or night elf character or whatever, with like Imy as a barcode in her hands or whatever,
Yo.
with your character, and Nord's character has a banner.
That would be
We're
really
supposed to have a
cool.
special guest tonight, but I don't know where Bomb went.
But I told him it was 10:30 Central, so
Yeah, I think I still have his phone number. I think I'll text him. Possibly. Nope,
It-
I don't think I do anymore.
But anyway, I kind of want to do something like that. So, Dank and I'm going to pull up some concept art. I'm actually a pretty good artist. You don't know this, but I can't use Photoshop to save my life. So I'm going to use the old pencil and paper method, and actually sketch some stuff out, submit it to Dankwart, let him put his dank spin on it, and dank spin, and just run with it that way and see what we can get out of it. And then, of course, ask you guys if that's what we want to do. So we'll get a sample work, and if that's the thing, then we can have a whole bunch of themed emotes with an awesome-looking cat with a digital display for a face.
Yay.
And it's much more believable now because bendable displays are a thing, right? So, and that's without knowing furry culture at all. It would just make more sense. I finally decided if I were to go furry that I would want to be a bear, but I don't want to be a sexy bear, right? Not at all. No. I want to be the Linux admin of the furries.
You'd be unbearable.
Like
Oh, no.
more realistic, like really thick, like far-sighted glasses. You know, the ones that are. 'Cause I'm nearsighted. And far-sighted glasses make your eyes look really small, and they're like.
Wait.
They're
Would you
the
be like
Coke
double
bottles.
thick?
Yes, and Coke bottle like, right?
Oh,
You know, wearing a hat with disgruntled hair and shirts with stains and holes in it, and maybe, you know, pants, maybe stink lines. I have no idea, but I want it to be like your Linux admin of the furries. Like that's the concept I want, because I don't want all the cutesy hugs and whatnot. I want to have like the Aspergers of that particular sect. Like that's where I want to be, and it reflects me as a person much more closely than role playing as a lovable, cuddly bear. I want to be the least amount approachable as possible.
Don't want to just be a polar bear. They're horribly unapproachable.
Or a koala bear. They don't get a lot of yeah.
Well, we just ignore koala bears because they're just evil.
Oh, koala
They
bears.
can't even find meats. I'd be
Nope,
evil
they're-
too if I couldn't find a meat.
They are just purely dumb. That's the problem.
I started the local recording at the top of the hour, by the way. So we've got about from what 9 o'clock Central, so 45 minutes ago of just banter of bullshit. Like it's now
Beautiful.
on record. It's been recorded. I said if I were to be a furry, this is a thing. So
Oh boy.
Lol.
Oh whoa. Oh no.
oh whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
That is a very angry thing chasing me.
How do you know it's angry?
Well, it's destroying the ship I'm flying. I'm in a different game now because the round ended for what I was playing. But I'm in a different game now, and something horrible and evil is chasing me and trying to eat me.
Ah,
So I'm gonna run away now. Whee! What is this? I've never seen this before.
the heads up, I'm really enjoying the fiber. Like being able to process to two outputs at once is really nice.
The thing that sucks
Uh,
about training my skills at level 78 is the fact that I'm back down to 200 gold. And that's one thing. Oh, Lumi, that's
Mhm.
one thing that I don't think Imi actually got used to was when he first started playing. He's like, wait, we have to pay for our skills. I'm like, yes.
Oh man, when you had to pay for your skill. Wait, is inscription a thing?
Yes. And
Oh.
actually, one of the decks is selling for 22,000. Yeah.
Wow, inscription. I have a friend who actually took and played like literally forever and spent an insane amount of time. He was a mount hunter, right? Like if it was a mount, he had it except for one or maybe two at that particular point. Like, one of them was invincible. But the other one, what was
Hello.
Welcome.
it? Mr.
Hello.
Redeemer, welcome.
It is I.
Welcome to the pre-show.
Thank you. Honestly, I thought I was late.
No,
No, you're quite early. It's 42 minutes early, in fact.
Ah, gotcha.
well, normally I start this about an hour early, but I was like, you know, everything on Pretzel right now has been really good. I just set it to industrial and let it run. And then Imi came in and was like, hello. And I'm like, oh, well, pre-show starts now.
Don't worry. I guess you can say this wasn't a bombed run.
Yeah. God, that was bad. Even for you, that was bad.
I guess I'll mind my own business.
Lol.
I didn't show you this, Mr. Redeemer, but I'm going to, if you're watching the stream, are you watching the stream right now? Please say you're watching the stream.
We
He
seem to have
says
lost
that.
them already.
Oh no.
Interest is gone. Now we just have the shell of a
Oh.
Redeemer.
I see. Now his mic died. Technical difficulties temporarily.
Rip.
Mike died.
No, but it was
Okay.
actually nice because he actually got to experience the Wrathgate. He got to experience a lot of stuff that you don't really you pass by typically in retail now. I mean, you have all these fancy doohickeys and this and that and the other thing. I'm glad that they're being more inclusive and stuff like that. But I think even when I was talking to my GM at my job, I'm like, I think what I like about Classic is you can level a character, and heroics and just raiding and stuff like that is it. You don't have to do Mythic 1, Mythic 2, Mythic 3, Mythic 4, Mythic 5, Mythic, and on and on. you get stuck in the loop of, you know, having to keep pushing.
Yeah.
You just, it's more friendly for a casual player, I think.
Gotcha. All right, Bomb, are you watching?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm gonna do a scene change. You know, the thing I forget to do when we start the damn show. So, let's talk with Amy, and this seems like something we can do when we have special guests
Oh,
on.
look, it's me.
Oh, I
should be
love
bouncing.
that.
Yeah, look at that.
That is awesome. Thank you,
The angry
sir.
barcode is angry.
So,
He's not angry, he's just constipated.
Oof.
Speaking of constipated, so will I be after I finish this whole bag of sunflower seeds. If I can get the damn thing open.
either that or it's gonna feel like shitting large grains of sand. One of the two.
Well, considering I eat them shell and all,
Oh no, Hamtaro.
Ham.
Oh no,
taro.
don't tell. That will be a new quest in World of Warcraft, except at the Amber Ledge. Go look through bomber seeds.
Wait, does that mean we're going to be receiving his seed?
I guess so. It's not
Gross.
No,
like
no.
giving seed. I'm sorry, rusted druids.
no.
I think I.
Gross.
Let's see. Hold on. Viewer rewards, content, community, roles manager. Let's open a new tab.
Ah, yes. Hi, Scout. You do not need to be on the desk right now, dude.
Oh, is that your doggo's name?
My cat.
Oh, I have a dog named Scout. Sometimes we call him
Aw.
Scoot because he likes dragging his butt for fun.
There we go.
We call this one Scoot because he gets the zoomies. And he goes scooting through the house.
I have 10 VIP slots, and I'm putting you in one of them. That way you can do links without being a
I'm
moderator.
VIP.
Yeah, here, try
Quick,
it out.
link Pornhub. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it got very quiet after that.
I'm sorry.
We're waiting on the link.
No.
All right, so
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
So this is the last of the strawberry cider, and keep in mind I have had 3 out of 4 of these, and I had 4 left. And then after that, I'm going to go grab my 2 warm shiners, and that's what's going to be for the show. Out of curiosity, Amy, do you have a Shiner Bock in Canada?
I don't know, maybe. I'm not aware of it.
Not aware of it. Well, if you do find it, it is really good. I was from the Spotsel Brewery in Shiner, Texas. There's a long history. In fact, I think the Spotsel Brewery is about 4 hours away from me. And if you go there, you can actually drink the beer there, which is nice. So you get it fresh from the teat, I should say. Fresh from the keg, fresh from the tap, something like that.
I see.
It's really good.
Oh, Amy, did you do the A Tale of Valor quest in from High Lord Tyrion Fordragon?
No idea. Probably.
If you did, the Crusader Brightenbrad is a tribute character.
Oh.
Yeah, he passed away from cancer, but you can hold on. I'm gonna drop the link.
I'm glad I have push to mute.
It appears as a tribute to a real-life person in the WKL manual. Bradford C. Breidenbecker, RIP 6/18/2007, listed in the special thanks column. He had been a city manager for La Habra, which is a city very close to Blizzard's office in Irving. Let's see. Chris Metzen has a segment. Rob Burdenbecker, Brad's brother, has a segment. And they buried his belongings in the Arctic Circle.
Well, that's a cold burial.
Let's see. And Adele has a hand in it. LOL. Hand of the Adele. Oh, anyway, sorry. Fear not, young one, for this crusader shall not taste death. In life, Bradenbrad was the bearer of great deeds. Now in passing, he shall taste only paradise. The light does not abandon its champions.
Neat.
And in life, he also has an NPC dedicated to him forever, so. Yeah, I like these little memorial things.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm not dying. Yay.
I just remember that. I just remember that whole quest line. Because Alex Straza plays a role in it too. Like all the, like pretty much all the key, or for the most part, the key people. They're going around trying to like cleanse this crusader that got, I guess, touched by a plague or something or whatever, and he was afraid of it. And then just pay attention when you're doing that quest. Just do it. You'll see.
Elite Dangerous had something similar happen.
I'm sorry.
Not so much of a quest, more of a in-world community-driven event. The game Elite Dangerous. Several years ago, in 2018, there was a cancer patient who was unfortunately on his way out. His in-game name was the Dove Enigma, and players gathered from across the community to essentially go with him from the human inhabited bubble of space in Sol, out where we are in the galaxy now, to the center of the galaxy, to Sagittarius A and the bubble of humanity that lived out there. Because he had never been, and that's the one thing he wanted to do in the game before he unfortunately passed. So the community got together, and they all went on this expedition, and it lasted for 3 months. And I was a member of that, and we flew out and followed this guy along and hung out with him and all got to know him. And we all went out to Colonia, and at the end of the expedition, Frontier Developments, the team behind the game Elite Dangerous, put out a station in honor of him, and they named it the Dove Enigma. And you can actually still go and visit that space station in the game today.
But they said that the quest chain gives a lot of XP, by the way, so if you didn't do it so far, I recommend doing it. But that's awesome. I really do like the fact that there's certain games that offer little memorials and little Easter eggs for people that have passed.
Yeah, it's always kind of cool.
It wasn't without its hardships, though. There were a couple of player groups who followed people along through the expedition and tried to grief them by killing them in their ships. And in Elite, when you die, you get transported to the last space station you docked at. So if you're 10, 20,000 light years away from the last station you were at, and that could be a couple of weeks of travel, well, you immediately get teleported back. So that's what they were doing.
Oof.
Yeah.
Talking about Elite Dangerous, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I love that game so much.
It's definitely a fun one. I was telling them about the Dove
Enigma?
The Dove Enigma expedition that occurred in 2018 in honor of Commander Enigma. And his unfortunate loss, but in his battle of cancer.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I can't speak today.
Well, you're on a talk show, so that's a problem.
A little bit.
It'll just be more fun this way.
Can somebody else read that?
What are we reading?
We have chat.
Do you think I'm
Oh,
actually reading that?
enigmatical gaming. That is
Whoa.
Enigma. So that guy,
Yes.
let me tell you about that guy. That guy used to run a show called, what was the name of your show, Enigma? I can't remember. It's been so long. But he's done things like Max Gamer Podcast. He's actually interviewed R.A. Salvatore. Like, this guy is legit.
Really? Wow.
He's like one of the other main co-hosts of the Pre-Patch podcast with Sendin, Agent Scruffy, and it's funny. I want to say Squid Billy, but it's what is his name? Come on, Enigma, help me out. Oh, Max Gamer, that's right. Billy the Squid. I knew it was somewhere in there. But yeah, no, the dude's absolutely amazing and a whiz at podcasting. He is literally my hero.
That is awesome. Well, welcome to the chat, Enigma. Wow, I'm going to get that right one of these times.
Well, I do have a high opinion of you, sir, and I always talk high of you. It's like Mr. Boombody. He's like the world's best wingman.
I thought I was because I'm a chicken.
Ooh.
Chicken wings.
I love all of that. That's absolutely fantastic.
Chickens can't fly.
Yes, they can.
If
You just
throw
put
them
one
hard
in, like,
enough.
a catapult. Then all you hear is.
I mean, you're not wrong. Anything in a
Feathers go-
catapult will fly.
Everywhere. They just go everywhere. And that's
I
how
mean-
pillows are made.
I've made chickens fly before. When I was tossing the chicken wings in sauce.
Oh no.
Hey, there you go.
When you put one in a catapult, though, it's called fast food.
Whoa.
Yeah, everybody's fine, Mr. Enigma. I've taken down 4 Texas strawberry ciders in under an hour. I think I'm going to stop, or else I'm not going to be able to host this damn thing. I'm a lightweight.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
if
won't
you're
be
a
a talk show. It's going to be a slur show.
I mean, I don't see the problem with that.
And that's for slur.
Heyo.
Oh, that's all right. I'm going to step away for just a second, make sure I'm ready, empty the bladder, and all the good stuff.
I'm gonna fill mine with more woo.
Hey,
woos.
Drunk History
More
is a pretty
woos.
good show.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know
All
what? You all are drinking. I'm going to go get myself something.
There you
I
go.
need to get some.
I've got a little bit of orange juice and tequila.
I was gonna have mimosas, but then I'm like, I want wine instead. But maybe I will actually open up the bottle of sparkling wine because it's not from the Champagne Valley, so it's not champagne. It's sparkling wine.
You know, I have some wine in there, but it's turned to vinegar at this point.
Cook with it.
There you go.
Ugh.
What, dude? Cook with it. Seriously.
I mean, I would, but
I thought
I
about
mean, my
making
ex
vinegars.
cooked with 30-year-old bourbon.
really?
Yeah.
That'd be
and
amazing.
And someone was like, why did you waste good bourbon? You should have just drank it.
I mean, there's definitely that question to be asked. Like, why are you wasting time? Why are you wasting a 30-year-old drink like that? But at the same time, it's 30-year-old bourbon. Like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, but then he also added like hot sauce with it or some weird spices to it that just
no.
overpowered the 30-year-old bourbon anyway.
If you're
That
going
was-
to cook with bourbon, you don't add anything to it.
Yeah, he did something that it was like a pepper spray almost, and like all this like hot stuff like wafted back into his eyes. He's like, it burns. I'm like, you fucking dumb shit. Don't mind me, the southern drawl sometimes comes out. It's like the South will rise again. Like, no, I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, the South isn't going anywhere other than underwater.
Tell me about it.
More south.
Yeah.
How the freaking Florida break off from the United States and then go down like the Titanic and then have like people playing nearer to God than thee.
You have an agent? Lucky.
I have
have
an
a boss.
agent, but he's a hedgehog.
Nice.
He gets angry even when I step in the door from work. He's like, like
Aw.
okay.
I want to pet that thing. I would like to pet your hedgie.
You know, he's angry. He's always angry, and then he hides. And he throws his little stuffing all over the cage.
All the more reason to say hi to him.
No, he hates everybody. I think he wants to murder me in my sleep.
I'm just gonna wake up one day with a hedgehog waving a wrench at you angrily. Oh wait, that'd have to be a fox and it'd have to be yellow and have 2 tails. Never mind.
You did this. You came home. You brought like shame upon the family.
As long as you don't spray paint it blue.
Or give it like little sneakers.
Oh my.
They'll have a hard time like running around his cage, be like tuttle tuttle tuttle, stares at the sneakers, tries to eat it. What the hell is this shit? Tuttle tuttle.
What is going on with Pretzel? I swear to God, I've heard this song like 5 different times tonight.
I don't know. I could not tell you.
Well, okay, so if you know anything about Pretzel, here I'll. There is YouTube Safe, and which since I'm like simulcasting to YouTube as well, I was like, okay, so I don't need copyright strikes there. It kind of limits the amount of crap that you can actually put on here, and Industrial kind of fits this, but out of 323 tracks it says it has, and it's shuffling, I've heard this song 5 times tonight. Which, by the way, is Neon Red instrumental remix from Miracle of Sound.
Turn off shuffle, turn it on again.
Well, it's a channel.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's already there, so it's not even shuffled. It's just kind of playing itself. It's its own playlist.
Okay. No, I'm.
So, this is all kinds of fun. I am simultaneously reviewing chat on both windows. So I'm modding chat on both your YouTube stream and on the Twitch stream.
Nice.
Yes. Hello, YouTube chat.
Oh wait, you're live on YouTube too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I just got
really?
fiber, man. I'm like, if I could, I'd like put in the output for Facebook, but it has to render this shit 3 times, and I don't want my laptop to explode.
You know,
So you know what you do?
I could.
You get one of us to capture and restream it.
Well, what we could do, and I don't want to pay for it, and that's the problem, and that's restream.io. I could just stream there, and it would just simulcast to several different outputs, but I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since I have like a gig up, gig down, as far as symmetrical is concerned. And typically for what we're doing, we don't need a whole lot. I think
Well,
I'm broadcasting at like 47,000 kilobits per second. So,
Do you have any way to accept donations?
no, I never set it up. That's just it. This is a labor of love. I never really did this to make money. I just want to get my opinion out, whether people like it or not.
That's why we offer somewhat informed and uninformed opinions.
That's right. Because
Well-
at the end of the day, this is not we're delivering news. I'm Louie, and this is the news. No, this is like, hey, this happened, and let's talk about this bullshit. And that's the kind of feel that I've always gone for. Even like if you ever go back in my YouTube history, that's what it was. It was me just dialoguing over the bullshit that's going on. Hey, this was released. These are the features it's talking about. Let's talk about this for a second. Right. And that's the way I want to do it. Like, the news happened, that's great, but let's talk about what that means as opposed to it happened, because everybody knows it happened. Like, even with Jesse Cox's 5 Minutes News, he's regurgitating the press releases. That's what he's doing. I'd rather have an intelligent conversation of what this means, what it does, and maybe fix it. I've always been a fan of, like, this is the problem, this is how we fix it. So,
Okay.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting I like delete all my cookies all the time.
Cookies all
I
the
was like,
time.
why is XSplit asking me to sign in? Oh god, I can hear myself in triplicate. My monitor channel, freaking Twitch and YouTube, plus my own head, so I'm actually quadruplicate.
Look at that. All right. On that note of AFK, I'll be right back.
So how's everyone doing?
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of killing things. Yeah. We're killing
Perfect. Nothing like some good old moiter. I like this wine, but I want something cold and boozy. I have to go buy myself some more rum. I'm out of Kraken. Last week when I did that Kraken hunt, I ran out.
I guess you can't release the Kraken.
No, I can't.
Oh.
I'm sad.
What? That was a good
No
one.
releasing the Kraken. No,
I
it was
know.
good. I like that.
No, the best I can do is go grab myself a mimosa, so I'll probably go do that. The really nice thing is with these wine glasses I'm using, they hold half a bottle of wine each.
Wow.
Yeah, so one, like if you fill this thing up like a quarter of the way, that's about what you would normally have in a full, like, actual wine glass. But if you fill this thing halfway, the volume is such that it is half a bottle of wine going into your wine glass. It is amazing. And of course, one of my friends, she was visiting for a day, and you know, she was like, "Oh, well, you know, I mean, we're gonna get drunk and it'll be fun." I'm like, "I don't drink to get drunk anymore." She's like, "No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun." I'm like, "Okay." So
no.
she, of course, fasts during the day. She eats once a day, and I eat whenever I'm hungry, which is, you know, why I'm, you know, skinny as hell. I don't usually want to eat, and so she gets her box of wine. And I immediately had fun judging her with a box of wine, which is kind of fun, because I am a wine snob. And she ended up getting super, super hammered from the wine, because she filled one of my glasses, one of these giant glasses, with halfway up, and I warned her that, you know, hey, this is gonna be a half glass of wine or half bottle of wine. She's like, no, I'll be fine. 9:30 rolls around, she was passed right the fuck out. And at one point I'm like, ooh, maybe I should check on you just to make sure you haven't died on me, because that's a whole bunch of, like, paperwork I don't want to deal with. Yes, this is how much I value my friends. Are you going to cause me to do paperwork? / am I going to have to worry about, you know, having police show up and having to answer a whole bunch of annoying questions of, like, why is there a dead person here? Well, they drank themselves to death, and I was too lazy to check on them.
Well, you know, if life was a lot like RimWorld, we wouldn't have to worry about that.
Exactly. I could just harvest their organs. They don't need those kidneys. They're dead. They sell for a lot on the black market.
Too bad you can only get one.
Well, depends. If you give them an artificial kidney, then you can get both, which are very viable. And then
Yeah,
you
but
just
then you lose the
remove
artificial kidney.
No, just remove the. You can get a prosthetic kidney or whatever the fuck it is. Like the lowest. So the lowest level prosthesis for a kidney and all the internal organs is actually costs you less to manufacture than it does for the payout of selling the living tissue.
Oh, learned something new about RimWorld today.
No,
Was not
I've
expecting to learn
never experimented with that, honest. No, I've never done the math to find out that it's actually worth my while to sell people's organs entirely.
I mean, in
Why
my
would I?
current playthrough, I've just been taking in all the raiders and, let's just say, turning them into food.
My colony's full of cannibals. They love raiders. We capture them
no
alive.
colonist in my colony is cannibal. I just turn them into food and sell it.
Oh no.
Beautiful.
You're like that dude. I forget who he was, but the guy that turned into he sold people as sandwiches after his
God.
wife cheated on him or whatever.
Go on.
It was a Bailey Sarian video. She talked about it before, but let me look it up. Actually, let me look up the person.
I got spammed in a tweet.
You got
Unsolicited.
spammed.
Yeah, unsolicited. This person just freaking tweeted me and a bunch of other people saying, design. So this is their grammar, and it hurts my brain to say this. Design amazing YouTube, gaming, Twitch, Twitter banner for you. Emphasis bears. But it should be design and amazing, not amazing. Do you not understand the difference between like when you would use and an? So
I
many people
found
get
out
that
who
wrong
it was.
too.
That's how you know it's a spam bot.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because a lot of people get that wrong too. And how'd you know it was a spam bot, ma'am?
Here.
You said you knew how it was a spam bot.
No, I found out who the serial killer was.
Oh,
No, that was me who said it was a spam bot.
I'm confused. I'm gonna go back
Sir.
to wherever I came
But
from.
anyway.
Bruh.
Joe Metheny, the killer who made his victims into burgers and sold them to unsuspecting customers.
Yummy. How about we turn him into a Borgor?
He's
bet he
already
tastes
dead,
like-
but yeah, he
I
turned
bet he
13
tastes like
victims
chicken.
into burgers.
Well, that's enough to grind my gears.
I love it.
No.
Yes, these are good.
He was 6'1", 450-pound lumber worker.
Oh, he'd have made about, wait, you said 450 pounds?
Yeah.
Like 20 some odd steaks.
Well, 20 some odd steaks. Or
I wouldn't eat
That's a
him,
lot of
though.
bacon.
what's 400 and... How many ounces are in a pound? 12, right?
I don't know. You're American. You should know this.
I think it's 12.
Isn't it 8 or 16?
I'm pretty sure it's 12.
It's called
He'd have made
42,
about
you don't know.
37 and a half burgers.
No, but look at the Hammy. I sent you a
Oh,
picture
no.
of him. Look at the picture of the guy in the article with his tongue hanging out.
Ah, wait. I need to do a quick test. Ah, perfect. The soundboard is working.
You're going to make me set mine up.
Oh my, that guy's huge! He's literally a dump truck of human. Speaking of dump trucks, I need more booze. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to go get that orange juice and tequila like I said I was going to 10 minutes ago.
Have fun.
Have fun talking to chat by yourself? Well,
Oh. Hi, chat. This is the Crit Show. I'm kidding. Oh. Why did they have to leave? Why did he have to lull at me? Did all of them leave?
Nine minutes.
Ah, welcome back.
Yep. Make sure I was ready. I have a warm Shiner Bock, and I'm going to drink this, and I think that's going to be it for me tonight.
And I have done the return.
The return?
Return!
Yay.
Yep.
I finally decided to go and get the orange juice and tequila.
Orange juice and tequila. What is that? Because vodka and tequila is a screwdriver. What is a tequila? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, orange juice and vodka is a screwdriver. What is tequila and orange juice?
Good.
Good answer. I think tonight I'll monitor my Twitter feed. How's Club Redeemer going, Mr. Baum?
Club Redeemer is going okay.
I like what you've done. Like, you've got a lot of really great structure going on with the Beam Shop, Picks and Vids. You've got the different games that you're interested in separated out between Space Engineers, Raft, Hell Let Loose, and Minecraft.
I had more there. Amy actually suggested I get rid of a couple. I had like 8 separate gaming sections.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why the Discord server I have is never going to be a community server. Just because I don't want to account for all of that.
Well, that's why I invited you guys into Club Redeemer. So, because I know your Discord servers are more for what you do with your podcast and your YouTube channel and organizing all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Club Redeemer is sort of a public place for everyone to hang out and advertise what they do.
Perfect. I like it. It's kind of like what. Have you ever heard of Critter Cottage?
Cannot say that I have.
So this has happened. This was a discussion at the top of this particular pre-show. Is like, I'm really into furry culture, but I don't want to be a furry. And I follow Seta, and Seta is a mod for Sinvicta, and I absolutely adore Sinvicta's streams because I like the Binding of Isaac, right? And what's interesting is that once you get a membership to Seta, you also get a membership to the Critter Cottage, which is where all of the furry streamers are and all the other furries. So
Okay.
It's interesting, and I say that mostly because it would be interesting to have Club Redeemer as a hub for different streamers, right? Where
That's sort of the idea behind it at this point. Yeah.
well, I like it. I absolutely love it. So if that's the case, that's fantastic.
Hello.
I just need more people to put in input. Like, that's the suggestion channel hasn't been touched.
Well, you know, and that's just it, right? And it's not going to be touched for a long time. If anything with content creation, it takes a literal forever to get any type of traction. Year, 2 years, some folks 10 years before they're even noticed, right? But you're actually in a good position to be a centralized point for people to get together and do things. Spending more time talking with other streamers and inviting them in and sharing ideas and whatnot, which is part of the reason why I created the guest role in my private server, is so that way I could bring in brilliant minds to talk about the news, which you did a great job. You're like, hey, you should totally talk to this dude. And I brought him in, and he came in. He hasn't said much to me, but maybe he's also getting the feel.
Hey, it's Riot. You have a new viewer and a new chatter.
Hello, Riot. But I love the idea, and if there's a way I could help, I totally would. And I'm pretty sure Imy and Crit would have the same sentiment, considering you're a game junkie, just like Imy. And now,
Yeah, I
me.
got distracted by Riot, and Riot, you killed me in game.
Oh, no.
I'm flying through freaking Ice Crown. I'm like, oh, we have a new person here. Yay! And I get attacked by a gargoyle. I'm like, oh no! I figure I can fly away in 2 hits, and I'm like, oh, there goes my corpse dropping in the air. Splat.
Sploosh.
So I did something dumb. I went past my bowl of candies for Halloween. I obtained a coffee crisp, a Twix, and a Snickers. Now, it is the 15th today as of this recording. So Halloween had better hurry the fuck up because I have 240 minus a few pieces of candy left.
Oh, you know what that means?
I'm going to eat them all.
You need to go buy more.
Yeah,
No.
that's how I feel. Like I got some candy for my job or whatever, and everybody. I was initially supposed to be for kids or whatever. I still gave it out to kids too, but for the most part, it's just been us, just kind of like scrummaging through the bowl and getting all I have the sour punch stick thingies, and right now I actually have a bunch of those in my hands, actually sitting in my lap, and I'm like, yum, 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 yum.
Why is Me6 telling me I'm sending too many caps to my messages? I
That's
don't
me.
care.
I have the moderator settings in that channel tuned way higher than they
Stupid
need to
bot,
be.
go to hell and die.
If you get warned too many times in a short
Shit.
period, it will kick you from the server.
I just told off Me6. I'm actually going to block all communications from
You
Me6.
know what? I'm just gonna build my own moderator bot, and that's just all there is to it. Like I'm gonna finish out UDP Newsbot, and then I'm gonna build out a bot that actually gives a shit. Like,
And it'll
it's-
have blackjack and hookers.
the dude.
Ooh,
I could
like
totally do
that.
blackjack and hookers.
Oh, you know what I'm
All
going to
right,
do?
I
I'm
have
going to
blocked
make a channel
Me6.
category for blackjack and hookers. Actually, no, I can't do the hookers part. That's an SFW. That goes against my server rules.
Oh,
It also goes against the, well, no, the hookers are fine because it doesn't break the TOS for Discord. Shit, I have Me6 in the Game Junkie Discord. Damn it, I can't block Me6. Fuck.
well, you could always say that the hooker part is for like tow truck drivers. They call
Hey, oh
my
tow
God.
truck drivers hookers, especially when you're the one getting towed. You fucking hooker! You give me back my car. Fuck you!
You're already one Halloween candy bag down, Riot. Wow. I mean, I can't say much. That's why I'm not handing out candy this year.
Damn, I should just like, if the parents are trick or treating with their kids, I should have like those little 99-cent small little bottles and give it to the parents. Be like, here, you're probably gonna have this need this at the end of the night.
Are you talking like the little tiny booze bottles? The
Yeah,
samples?
that they usually do for adult.
Wait,
what
wait,
is
wait,
it?
wait.
Easter
They're
egg
99
hunting.
cents in the US.
Oh, they're relatively cheap.
They're like $6 or $8 where I live. God damn it!
Yeah, they're like $3 or $4 here.
Wow.
Don't
Everything
worry,
across
I
the
can
border
take you to a
doubles in
place.
price.
Dude, seriously, Busch Gardens, you go there for October and stuff like that, and they give you free beer every day. What the fuck?
Yep. Oh man, I miss Busch Gardens. I haven't. been
Oh,
there.
speaking
Okay, so
of
we're gonna go
which-
to an all-inclusive, adults-only resort, so we can just like drink all day at the pool.
That's a great way to actually start the live part of the stream.
Well,
Yeah.
it's it's kind of what I did like last weekend. I was in San Antonio at the JW Marriott for an adult getaway, I should say, with my wife, which was absolutely fantastic. If there was ever a reason to go to a JW Marriott, it's the absence of children. It's absolutely fantastic. It's just
Children suck.
You know how else you can avoid having children, or you can enjoy the absence of children
How?
Wear a
by
condom.
not having children.
great. You
Well,
know,
there's that. Yes.
I married into children, so that
You
doesn't
shouldn't
count.
have did that.
You know, what for
See,
the fact my
I'm
wife
in a
was so
weird
amazing.
position- I'm in a weird position. I'm gonna be marrying into a kid, but also be making my own. So,
There you go.
That's
Remember.
a terrifying.
Remember what
thought.
I told you as my pickup line? Well, I have a
Yep.
teenager who's self-sufficient.
That was the best pickup line I've ever been served in my life. And instantly I was like, you have my attention. Still love it. I told my parents that. My mom laughed her ass off. She loved it.
It's not technically a child if you can, be self-sufficient, right? The hard
There
part's
you go.
over. And then you're like, I'm
Yep.
gonna go into chaos now.
Haha, let there be chaos. Speaking of chaos,
Speaking
boy,
of,
do we have a show for tonight. Holy fuck.
absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and get this all set up. Let me hit my stream marker button so that way I can keep track of stuff. And I gotta turn off pretzel too. Ugh. Here we go.
I'm probably gonna need some alcohol after we get to the Nintendo segment.
Ugh.
Mm.
Just let me
Sorry.
drink already. I've already been drinking. This is gonna be great. Prepare for an Amy rant.
It'll be fantastic.
Brr.
Welcome to the UDP Broadcast. I'm Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by my hosts, Amy, the Paternal Barcode,
Hello.
Crit Chicken of the Emerald Dream,
Hi, I'm still eating candy.
and our
Nom.
special guest, Bomb Redeemer, the originator of nothing new.
Hello.
Do you like nothing? Boy, have we got nothing for you.
I have
Literally-
so much nothing. I've warehouses full of it and nothing's selling.
Nothing is
Literally the
Ah.
best video on the internet about nothing. If you want to, check out my Twitter feed. I've got a link to the video. It is one of my favorites. Either way, we're a group of gamers offering informed and uninformed opinions on things going on in the industry. So stick around and enjoy the show. Today we're going to be...
Uneducated guesses.
What's that?
Uneducated guesses.
Uneducated guesses, yes. Most of the time, maybe.
I have quite the sound for that too.
Oh, we got to hear it now.
Oh, by the way, just a warning. I didn't read any of the the
The
stuff
show
or whatever.
cards.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That's fine. We'll shoot it from the hip.
So as a crit chicken in true crit chicken fashion after work, since I just got off of work and I'm like, I'm just gonna go first into this. I'm just gonna be quote unquote winging it.
So is it the real question is this the Nord method or the crit method?
It's probably the crit method.
All right, the crit method. So Nord is not taking any claim to this, so I'm all right.
I hope not. I don't know.
Oh.
Unless he wants to be inside of my head and like freaking claim everything that I say as his. But
All I
I
can
am
hear
in
in my
your
head right
mind.
now as you just wing this from the hip.
Onward to glory.
Today,
Scene transition.
oh, yeah, we got to do that. Hold on.
We didn't do the scene change? God damn it.
I know.
What did we pay you for?
Well, dude, I had like 4 strawberry ciders, and I just took down a warm Shiner box, so like I'm done, kind of. So
I've
this
seen
should be an
having
both
interesting.
full
doors to my
mason jar.
office, and I'm overheating now, and I have booze in me. This is gonna be
sure, we're
great.
just gonna blame it on the alcohol and not the candy. Okay.
Excuse me
Sugar
while I go
doesn't
get my
make you do
boxes
silly
of candy.
things.
Well, today we're going to be talking about the data breach that happened with 2K, Nintendanigans, which is encompassing a few different topics, and
God damn it,
misleading
Nintendo.
prices. Dude, Nintendo.
That's juicy right there. Holy shit.
So starting off tonight, 2K Games gets hacked. And not through the traditional way, through their support system. If you've ever used Zendesk to contact a publisher or a software company for support, congratulations! That's what 2K Games uses, and that's what got hacked was their Zendesk segment, or bucket, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Basically, someone stole the credentials to one of their support staff and started dropping malicious links with a nice zip file saying, hey, this is your new 2K launcher. Download it here. Ugh.
So I guess you could say they were the anti-support.
Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't get that email, but I did get an email personally notifying me that all my shit has been stolen and sold. Officially, The official line from 2K Games in their FAQs is as follows. Was any financial information taken? The answer, we do not believe the unauthorized third-party access or accessed or copied the financial information of any of our players. We do not believe is not a good enough answer for me.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting when I read up into this, it was actually a vendor's credentials that was released for this help desk system, right? I believe
Correct.
it was Shankar M, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was what the email was being signed as, but it was through their Zendesk support, and Zendesk is a third-party company that provides help desk ticketing support for large companies. And holy shit.
Indeed. So with that one login, they had access to the entire database of anybody that has ever received support from 2K that has submitted a ticket, along with their email addresses, real names, and any other information that was given as part of the registration. So,
But that was only 2K people who had 2K accounts through Zendesk, right?
That was anybody who contacted 2K Games for any reason. I'd contacted them years ago, actually, to find out if it was okay to have Borderlands footage on my YouTube channel back in the day. I never did receive a response, but hey, that counts because my shit was in that, list of things that was stolen. Fuck. God damn it.
no, and then what makes this particular breach interesting is that it was an actual internal account that took and sent all of those emails out with a zip file saying, "Hey, this is the new 2K launcher. Why don't you unzip it and go ahead and install it?" And that's where that came from, because anybody that does any type of penetration testing or understands how to examine if a email is real or not, like for real good example right now, Department of Education is actually doing a beta test for their Biden student loan forgiveness. And I'm real skeptical of the emails where the .gov accounts and it's accompanied by the account where this email originated from as a trusted account. So it makes it really difficult to understand if an email is a phishing attempt if it comes from a known and trusted channel. And that's where this particular breach takes a turn for the worse, because it was using the Zendesk and the email addresses used to distribute any type of material for whatever it is that you need to do. So if you got this email, it wasn't blocked by corporate spam filters for your public email address.
So the guys who pulled this off got in good.
Oh, they got in deep. They penetrated deeply.
Oh, yes.
Very deep.
Like people were tasting
You
metal
could
on
say-
this one.
You could say that their pullout game was weak.
No. No.
So what does this mean?
Immediately leaves Discord.
So
A user has left your channel.
at its essence, this was actually a vendor credential breach, right? So this wasn't anything that was unpreventable. This was completely preventable. This was an outside
Absolutely.
entity within the 2K ecosystem with credentials into all of the sensitive information that is contained therein being accessed because of, and mind you, there's speculation as to how this information was leaked. But the fact that it was leaked and it was an internal account is what's important, right?
So, I'm just going to Zendesk's website right now, and I have noticed something very entertaining. They allow two-factor authentication. How in the actual fuck, in 2022, are people allowed to log into anywhere without minimum two-factor authentication? What the actual fuck? They even tell you to use the Google Authenticator to enable your 2FA.
I mean,
Why
that's
are
the
people
same
not
deal with
using this
Microsoft
shit?
accounts. That's the same deal with Google accounts. It's optional. You don't have to use it, and if you do use it, you can choose to either use the 2FA through an email address, through a mobile phone number, or through one of the various two-factor
Never,
apps.
wherever possible, don't use SMS 2FA. Because text messages are easily compromised. All it's required is a $2,000 device that you can order online just about anywhere, and you can read people's ISME number and their what is it, SIM card number. So ISME is your International Mobile Subscriber Identity, and your SIM card number that basically ties your phone number to a SIM card. You can clone that shit, and then you can intercept text messages. This has been a known weakness in text message authentication for years. Why people are not being forced to use either like the Microsoft Authenticator or the Google Authenticator is beyond me. And why
Because
would
until
employers...
you just said that, an average citizen like myself doesn't know that that's a thing. It's not out there. No one.
See, and here's the thing: as you as a person who is not aware of it, that's not your fault. And I do not blame you at all. I blame companies for allowing that to happen. What should be happening the moment you sign in to an account or create an account anywhere is you should be forced to set up an authenticator, and either you enter, like you scan a QR code for your existing authenticator for it to be added, or you get directed to like the Apple Play Store or the Apple Store or the Google Play Store to download an authenticator and set it up that way. That way you always have it and you're forced to use it all the time. People need to get it out of their heads that, oh, I have nothing to steal. Did we not see what just happened with Zendesk? Like,
there wasn't much to steal, but then still got
there
stolen.
was everything, but and this is the worst part, 2K Games isn't aware of any financial information being stolen. Is not aware. Do not believe. Same fucking words. So, thankfully, I've never processed any financial transactions through Zendesk, like in the form of refunds or anything else. So I'm fine, likely. But if Zendesk's services allow you to process a refund through it, who knows how many people's financial information is now compromised and out there, because Zendesk did not force their employees to use two-factor authentication. Like, that should be a part of your hiring package. You will use two-factor authentication.
So do you think that could be how they got in?
Oh, 100%. Because so the way two-factor authentication works is it's something you know and something you have. Something you know is the password. Something you have is the authenticator, even though that's usually tied to a physical phone, which you would need physical access to. So unless the person's phone was compromised and they were able to read the data from the authenticator app, which is unlikely, chances are that person did not have a strong password, and likely it was a reused password, because humans are dumb and they reuse passwords all the fucking time. I used to be guilty of that until I got a password manager myself, and now I'm not.
You know, the absolute problem I have with password managers is the fact that you have to have a singular password to unlock all your passwords.
Yeah, have a 32-character password or passphrase and your authenticator, and you're fine.
Well, where do you store that password?
In your brain.
In
So
another password
here's the thing.
storage unit.
If you can't remember a 16 or 32 character password, don't worry, you're human. Not many people like me can do that. However, I'm pretty sure most of us can remember a phrase, and passphrases are actually better than passwords because they're unique to you as a person and they make sense to you. And because it's not a singular word or a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters, it's harder to guess and brute force for any sort of a program because it's a series of words and they have contextual meaning to you. There is a really, really good XKCD comic years ago that came out. If you look up Battery Horse Stapler XKCD, I guarantee you'll find the picture, the comic, and it explains how that works and why it's so advantageous. So for your master password, if you have a passphrase, a string of words that makes sense to you and your authenticator, then you're pretty well off because the password manager looks after everything else.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I was sitting there thinking, because I deal with enterprise customers a lot, and a lot of the times they cut costs by not upgrading to the latest version. I'm wondering if potentially this was a previous version of Zendesk that's approaching end of support life cycle that they're using, right? Because they just need to store what type of issues folks are having and how they're being solved.
Well, as far as I can understand for how Zendesk works, you basically have whatever they give you and whatever you pay for, but you don't have versioning in the traditional sense. Like, you don't get to stay on one particular version versus another. You're always on the latest version, and you're only paying for features that you want. The problem is, if you're not enforcing strong passwords, not enforcing password changes, and you're not enforcing two-factor authentication. And I think that's what happened in this case. And of course, Zendesk will never admit to what happened because that'll make them look bad. But my suspicion is that the person was not required to use two-factor authentication, meaning they didn't have an authenticator on their phone. So when they put in their username and password, it didn't say, hey, enter in your 6-digit code for your authenticator to approve or deny the access request. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And that's something that employers need to get a handle of and realize that gone are the days where you have security through obscurity, and you need to start enforcing this on your employees. It doesn't matter the cost, because the cost of a black eye of having a breach is far greater than the cost of having your employees spend an extra few seconds authenticating to log in.
Indeed, and this is even the integration where whenever you actually contact support or accounts and whatnot, where you have to provide them with a security code. Like this is on the level of the actual user that the password is actually released and they got in. And you're right? The I think I'm rambling on.
Well, what I found here is a quick look in the Zendesk Admin Center.
Mm-hmm.
This line tells me more than what they wrote. You can require two-factor authentication for all agents and administrators, or each agent or administrator can set up two-factor authentication for their own use. That sentence on Zendesk's website tells me that it is not mandatory. It is optional. So for this breach to have occurred, tells me that 2K Games, through their Zendesk portal, did not require two-factor authentication, and Zendesk themselves did not require two-factor authentication for all people accessing their content. And that's a failure of both companies, both 2K Games for saying, you want to do support for us, great, but you're going to have an authenticator. And that's a failure for Zendesk to say, hey, you want to buy our services? You're going to use an authenticator. Like, it's 2022. This shit has been going on for, since at least 2005. Whenever the hell, like the first company I know that I can think of off the top of my head that had an authentication system was Blizzard with their physical key fobs.
Oh man, I remember
that was
those.
What, 2006 or 2007, somewhere in there?
Oh yeah.
So two-factor authentication has been around for decades at this point. Why is it not mandatory? Like, it should not be an option. It should be a requirement for employment or access.
I mean, even
whether you're a customer or a client, or like a customer or an employee, it should be a requirement everywhere.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree.
I'm done ranting.
Well, no, it's an important rant. I mean, even I have two-factor authentication on anything that I do nowadays. Like, if the site doesn't offer two-factor authentication either by email or by authenticator or SSMS or anything like that, it's just not in the cards. I can't risk anything.
No, and I agree with that. There are precious few places I go to that don't offer 2FA, and those places have, received a very, very nasty email from me saying, "Why the fuck don't you offer this?" Because it opens up liability, really. Because in this day and age, there should be no reason why a company is not requiring it, and if you aren't, you're willfully negligent.
There should
As
be
far as
no
I'm
reason
concerned.
why, in this day and age, that companies, when you go to sign up and create an account, are telling you what you can and can't use in your password.
What do you mean?
I've had a couple of websites and applications or games or whatever that I've gone to create accounts for. And in the password, it says that you can only use specific characters.
Oh, yes, I've seen that. Where it's like you can't use special characters, you can only use
Mhm.
letters and numbers. Or
Yep.
in one case of a very important company that I had to register an account for, they wouldn't allow special characters as the leading character. So the very first character in your password could not be a special character. That tells me they don't have their database set up correctly, and the password field parsing set up correctly, whereas it should be treating it as an actual text string, not as an argument, because most special characters are treated as arguments to a string of characters.
I code and I never even thought of
And it's something that most people don't. And it's like, why are you telling me I can't start with a leading, like, why can't my leading character be a special character? Other than you don't have the parsing of that field set up correctly, so it treats it as an argument. Like, say for instance, in a Boolean argument, and this is going to get into a little bit of programming world. I apologize if you are not familiar with this, but the exclamation mark equals in the programming world is the same as saying not equal to. So if you start a password with the exclamation mark equals, and the site says, "Oh, you can't have a special character, to start your password." To me, that tells me that the whatever you're using to parse that password is looking at the exclamation mark equals and treating that as not equal to, and then ignoring the password. It's like that should be string text. Everything in that field that is typed should be taken as string text and not as an argument. And if your website is treating it as an argument, your website is broken and needs to be fixed.
Absolutely. Like I code in Python quite a bit, and one of the things that I run up against because I'm a SQL specialist is SQL injections, right?
Yes, 1 = 1 is my favorite.
Well,
It still works.
indeed. I remember you were harassing the Russian hackers with select 1 = 1.
Yes, and it works.
Hey, that was like a year ago or 2 years ago.
Still do it. Select star from 1 = 1.
What does that do?
So select star where. Well, here, let me go find the actual string because it's really funny. What it does is it causes the instance of that SQL database to hang from ime21@twitter.com.
So you just basically put the bot,
put it
I'm
into a
guessing,
counting
into
loop.
a loop? Oh.
And it absolutely breaks. And is the funniest shit ever because there's no reason for it. So, yeah. So the argument I have is while 1 = 1, begin, select I, end. And what that means is while 1 = 1, which is 1 = 1 all the fucking time, so infinity, begin selecting the letter I and end. So for each time that 1 = 1, find the letter I and select it. And that causes that instance of the SQL server, or that thread of the SQL server, to hang. And I've actually seen Twitter bots break and stop posting for hours until someone manually resets the SQL database.
That is what is known as an IME injection.
I'm going to agree with that.
It's the funniest thing ever because it actually legitimately works. Because a lot of people who make, spam bots and horrible bots on Twitter don't take the time to code their bots correctly to ignore SQL arguments. So when you send them, because a lot of people use MySQL because it's free. Because what they use a database on the back end to store all the text that they're going to send and the phrases, and it's usually something inflammatory, of course. And I mean, they're trying to get good. They're trying to up their game and actually have coherent sentences. But I can usually tell when I'm talking to a bot. But they don't protect the bot against SQL arguments. So when you tell them 1 = 1 begin select I end, or sorry, while 1 = 1 begin select I end, that tends to cause the thread of SQL to hang, and then whoever's operating that botnet has to go and find that one thread of SQL that's using 100% CPU and reset it.
And that's literally only because the implementer did not implement any type of async IO, right?
Exactly.
So speaking about Twitter shenanigans,
there you are, Crit. I was wondering where you were.
I mean, I didn't want to spoil your fun, but we're having your own fun on Twitter right now too.
I mean, which time were we talking about earlier today when I was going after a certain someone we'll be talking about in a few minutes?
Yes.
That guy is a fucking clown.
Well, let's go and accelerate that, shall we? Let's move on to Nintendanigans. Let me put a stream marker down. There we go.
Nintendo, what have you done?
What haven't they done?
So this is actually a wrap-up from last week where we talked about Mackenzie with Aston Carter, who was a vendor for Nintendo of America as a QA tester for Smash Brothers. They were retaliated against by Nintendo for asking King Bowser, I can't remember his exact name at this particular moment.
Dickface.
Yeah, Dickface King Bowser, what his thoughts were on the idea of QA or just unionization in general. And Aston Carter had come back and said, hey, that question was really a downer, and had spiraled down into them being terminated due to leaking information, which was bupkis, and a labor retaliation claim had been filed with the National
Labor Relations Board, NLRB.
NLRB. I couldn't remember the acronym at that particular moment. But with NLRB, and they had actually taken and settled this, while Mackenzie wanted a written apology by Bowser and whatnot.
Doug Bowser is his name.
Yeah, it's literally Bowser. What was it? Whenever he took office after, I forgot who it was. Didn't matter. Bowser's hilarious. After he took office.
I'm sorry, I broke you.
You did. Like the whole constant stream just stopped. Either way. So what happened was the NLRB had said, okay, so you can have $26,000 in back pay and pay. I think it says pain, but what it means is interest and damages and pain, which is pain and suffering, which is good, right? Especially since this was filed in September. That's reasonable. But
oh, Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo. From here, I'm letting Imey lead because he has the most information on the shenanigans with Nintendo publishing a Platinum Games game known as Bayonetta 3.
So I'll dive into that in just a sec, but as part of the settlement with Aston Carter, which was Mackenzie Clifton's staffing agency that she was hired through, Nintendo put up the following notice for 60 days only in one of their offices. And I quote, "You have the right to talk about a union, and we will not," emphasis is theirs, "stop you from talking about a union." The notice reads, emphasis is on the original, "We will not fire you." because you exercise your right to raise issues and complaints to us on behalf of yourself or other employees, including related to the topic of unionization. We will not fire you because of your union membership or support. That is the most bullshit response from a company. Actually, it's probably in the top 10 bullshit responses from a company I've ever read. But basically, they only left this up for 60 days. Fuck you, Nintendo. And speaking of Nintendo,
Dun,
how many
dun,
of
dun.
you have
Da-da-da-da-da.
ever played Bayonetta 1
Not
or
me.
2?
I have
If
not
you've
played,
played
but I had
1
a
or
friend of
2,
mine in high school who did.
there you go. So you might be well aware of the main character from 1 or 2, voiced by Helena Taylor. She's a fantastic lady. She spent 7 years in acting school and working with a very famous voice actor coach to hone her craft, and she's amazing at it. Now, she's not involved in Bayonetta 3, and for those of you who don't know, the company that produces Bayonetta, Platinum Games, basically sent out a statement saying, "Oh, our schedules didn't align and we couldn't book her." Well, that's a pile of shit because
Bullshit.
today, the 15th of October at 9:21 a.m., I have the tweet in front of me, the series of tweets. She decided to say fuck her NDA and said basically her first offer that she received from Platinum Games was such a kick in the uterus, not her words, mine, that she actually had a friend write to the head of Platinum Games, whom I will name in just a moment, because I've been spamming him all night, hoping to get blocked by him because he's a fuckhead. She had him write a letter in Japanese to this guy saying, "Hey, that's really, really substantially low. How about we work to something a little bit more amicable?" So this dude, this fuckstick, this waste of human flesh, decides to respond to her reasonable request with an offer of $4,000 US. No residuals, no nothing, one time, flat fee, 4 grand, take it or leave it. Now, 4 grand sounds like a lot of money until you think of the fact that perhaps with the number of voice actors out there and the number of projects out there, competition is pretty tight. So you might work on one project a year. Under that assumption, how are you supposed to live on $11 a day?
Which is 66 copies of Bayonetta.
Yeah. So this fuckhead thought that she was worth less than 66 copies of Bayonetta. That's all she's worth to him. Are you fucking kidding me? That is beyond ridiculous. To me, and I even, like, I'm a consumer. So I don't have the ins and outs of all things that are in the gaming industry, but I do know one thing. My expectation as a consumer is that she would have been paid at least a minimum of $80,000 for the voice acting work she did. That's minimum. And I also strongly believe that, she should have been paid way the fuck more. And I mean, that also goes to all the other people in the gaming industry. They should all be paid what they're worth. But holy fuck, 4 grand. 4 grand for someone who developed and created that character and brought life to that character. Sorry, created the wrong word, but brought life to that character. $4,000.
So yeah, let me give you perspective. See, when we talk
Rage.
about $66 or 66 copies of Bayonetta, right?
Yep.
You know how much the original Bayonetta sold for units worldwide in 2010?
No idea.
1.35 million units.
Nice.
So 1 million versus 66 copies. Come on now.
1 million
Exactly.
units
And
at what
Bayonetta
price?
2 grossed $450 million worldwide, not counting merchandise sales.
And all they want to give her is $4,000.
66 copies. Are you fucking kidding me? And the asshole du jour, chief game designer, director of Biohazard 2, Devil May Cry, Beautiful Joe, Okami, Bayonetta, The Wonderful 101, and Project GG. None other than Hideki Kamiya. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. You can find him on Twitter at PG underscore KAMIYA. He's such an asshole.
Get that up on the screen, Lumi.
I will absolutely call out his assholiness because his banner for his fucking Twitter account says the following, posted over and over and over. I'll keep stating that I block foreign language posts, in brackets, of course including English, for a while. That lures lots of insects to block. Very funny to see. Fuck you, you're calling me an insect. Go eat a pile of shit.
Because
Perhaps
that's going to
even a
help his sales, right? Calling people brainless insects because they want to support the people that actually make the game what it is.
Exactly. And then
Bring life
he
to the
goes
character.
he has another tweet that he's copied and pasted into this wonderful banner. Repeat for insects. Because apparently we're all fucking insects. As I've told you one with a bajillion zeros times, I'm still blocking foreign language posts, of course, including English. Be careful. Insects which don't understand language and never going to care about what I tweet and just post with knee-jerk instinct. None of that makes sense in English at all.
That's
All
all
that
xenophobia, man.
that is
Yes.
pure
Yes.
xenophobia. This guy is a complete fuckstick. And what's really nice about Helena,
And yet,
or Helena, sorry.
somehow, individuals with that mentality and personality end up at the top of
Oh, of
companies
course.
worldwide.
He's an absolute piece of garbage human being who, unfortunately, has to be classified as a human being, but he's a big fuckstick. Anyways, Helena Taylor. She goes on, I think it's in video number 3 that she posted, where she actually said that low ball of an offer actually caused her to become suicidal. That in and of itself is bullshit. Someone who considers taking their own life because they're so poorly valued by someone they've put their something they put their heart and soul into is beyond bullshit. The world almost lost the originator of the Bayonetta voice.
Only because someone wanted
the
to be stingy.
Exactly. And the only thing she's asking you to do is she's asking 2 things. 1, you boycott Bayonetta 3. And 2, if whatever money you were going to spend on Bayonetta, donate it to charity instead. A charity, doesn't matter what the charity is, a charity of your choice. That's all she's asking for. And that is admirable on her part. She absolutely got fucked over by Platinum Games. Platinum Games is absolutely a company I will never buy a product from. I've never played the Bayonetta series, and I don't intend to anytime soon. And Nintendo is just digging themselves in more of a hole with their bullshittery.
If I remember
It's not
correctly,
hard to pay what people are worth. It really isn't.
Platinum Games is also the original originator of the Saints Row series. Are you familiar with that, Amy?
Yes.
Are you kidding
I
me?
love that series, and now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I have always wanted to play that series, and now I don't even want to buy it.
Great. Now
I
I
have
can't
Saints Row
swing around a dildo bat. Oh.
I know. Beating people to death with a dildo bat was one of my favorite things to do in Saints Row the Third. I have Saints Row 3 and 4. I'm just checking my Steam library.
So
I do have Saints Row
backing-
2. I've never played it from the looks of things. But Saints Row the Third, I absolutely loved it. I've got 310 hours on that game. And I have 50 hours on Saints Row 4. They're absolutely phenomenal games. I love them. Will I ever play them again? Probably
No,
not.
because we're brainless insects, and the only thing that they are looking after is their own personal wallets.
Right,
Exactly.
but by playing the game, you're not spending money on them. Buying the game is a different story. So if you already own it, keep playing it.
Or
you're
if you don't own
considering
it,
buying
pirate it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, for the sole purpose of this particular voice actor being offered a lowball offer and being lied about, and them having to break their NDA of like, hey, behold the fuckery, right? And this shitbag xenophobe saying, hey, go fuck yourself.
I'm going to block everybody that doesn't speak Japanese. I'm going to block everybody that doesn't speak Japanese because they're brainless insects. But I want your
Well,
money. Wait, I want
exactly.
your money. Your insects.
Brainless
money.
insects who don't understand language.
It gets even worse because I was reading some of the comments on some of his posts. People who are asking him in Japanese, not even Google translated, but people who fluently speak Japanese are getting blocked by this fuckface. It's to the point now where Twitter has locked his account because they think it might be showing some unusual behavior.
Well, restricted, so we can only respond through quoted tweets.
Well, welcome to the unfortunate side effects of the internet. Echo chambers. Surround
Well,
yourself with only the people who you want to hear the opinions of.
This is what I like. Twitter actually says when you try and go to his Twitter page, caution, this account is temporarily restricted. You are seeing this warning because there has been some unusual activity from this account. Do you still want to view it? Yes. Why? Because I have been shitposting Cope and Seethe GIFs all fucking afternoon. And will I continue? Yes. Because he can cope and
Absolutely.
seethe all he wants until he starts paying people what they're worth.
You know, further on this, the new voice of Bayonetta is Jennifer Hale. And if you're not familiar with who Jennifer Hale is, Commander Shepard, the female Commander Shepard, is probably one of the most prolific. Jennifer Hale is one of the most prolific voice actors in the gaming community and actually has a Guinness Book of World Record for the voice acting work that they have done. So let's take this into perspective, right? This shitbag Japanese dude, I'm not even gonna worry about remembering his name at this particular point.
Fuckface.
Fuckface Japanese dude is like, we'll give you $4,000, right? Like giving them the GameStop equivalent of, hey, voice my game.
When you're being compared to GameStop,
Right,
you've
but
hit
you
a new
can't-
low.
You can't forget that the CEOs and the owners of these companies have to take their 20th vacation of the year and afford that fourth yacht.
Well, I'm sure this Japanese dude is getting the bad end of the stick for being a dick face. I hope so, at least,
Oh, no,
because
he's
money
not. Come
talks, and your opinion is bullshit at this particular point. So, but yeah, I mean, Jennifer Hale, I like the idea that they're going to be voicing it, but I don't like the idea that the original voice of Bayonetta, the one that has survived the series from its Wii U, its Wii release, and I mean, I think all I have to say about it at this particular point is uncast Jennifer Hale, pay the original actor what they're worth for the series because it is a beloved niche series and will sell to those niche customers. And sit back and just get the revenue. I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah, it's not hard to pay what people are worth. And companies wonder why people are quick to unionize. This is a good fucking example.
And companies in the U.S. wonder why they can't find employees.
I wonder how much she's getting paid. Probably not 4,000 though.
Probably more than that because and here's the worst part is Helena in I think it's video number 2 or 3, one of the two, that she put out basically calls out Jennifer for her behavior because Jennifer's running around saying she's the voice of Bayonetta. I'm sorry, you just picked up game number 3. That does not make you the voice. Fuck off. What
Right.
would be
And as a
appropriate
games
to
company.
say would be to say, hey, I'm voicing Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3. I could not have been doing this without Helena making the character who she is. Some sort of acknowledgement of where you came from. and of who built the character you're voicing.
For as prolific as Jennifer Hale is, I'm going to assume that she was offered this role at a premium. Was like, yeah, I'm going to be Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3, right? Because something happened to the previous actor that she didn't know about. Perhaps maybe that, because I don't think I've ever seen Jennifer Hale actually do anything
Just another name
unsavory.
for the portfolio.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She's a Guinness Book of World Records holder for her voice acting work, right? She's a prolific actor. Chances are she was offered way more than $4,000 for the role, right? She wasn't a Fiverr gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does definitely make you wonder what she was paid versus the actor who was originally Bayonetta.
Don't worry, because we're just brainless insects.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
We're brainless
The
insects.
funniest part-
It was a premium.
The
Well,
funniest
at this
part
point,
was
I'm
in,
half a mason jar into some tequila, so probably.
what's funny
Drunken
is,
brainless insects. Got you.
there we go. Video 3, Helena specifically says, she's breaking her NDA, but she can't afford right now to run her car. So what are they going to do? Take her clothes? That tells you a lot.
Voice acting
About-
work is hard. I mean, even Jesse
is.
Cox has talked about it. That's why he does YouTube, because voice acting work doesn't really pay. Even some of the most prolific ones, like Epic Movie Voice Man, right? He's blind.
Seriously?
Seriously. He's blind and produces some of the most epic movie voices you've ever heard. But he's also producing YouTube on the side. It's really all about the hustle.
So-
That's true.
Somebody wrote on
I mean-
Twitter, which I retweeted all of the chain of tweets. Their name is Kazuma Hashimoto. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I do apologize. But basically, what they said is the following, and I do think it is about time we pay attention to this. And that is, this would be a great opportunity for people to learn how exploitative the Japanese video game industry and the industry at large is regarding its localization and production pipelines and how it bleeds into voice actor works and contracts, because it's not a one-off thing. We had a similar instance years ago where high-profile English voice actors for anime and video game dubs went on strike due to making less than $800 a month. It's why you see so many voice actors, not just North American and European ones, doing side gigs, because that's how the entertainment industry works on a global scale. This also doesn't factor in how budgets are distributed and what is considered into what, or consolidated into what, who is handling localizations, publishers or devs, and if that industry dubs or includes dubs and further production on that side. TLDR, I suggest looking into the Japanese talent industry and the standards there and how it bleeds into video game production. When being overwhelmed and underpaid is the standard, it's going to affect the entire pipeline from the inside out, outside of the obvious suspects. I agree with all of that.
Absolutely. I mean,
That is very, very well said.
voice actor
And
work
this-
by itself is also by the word or phrase and everything else. So that's really where the value is getting someone to say the lines that you want them to say, like enigmatical.
And with the emphasis that you want them to say it with.
Indeed. Like enigmatical gaming has also had this particular thing come up. They do voice work for audiobooks. And that's effectively what comes up. I mean, I think he did this last one through Casting Call Club. I don't know if it was pro bono. I think he was just doing
As
it
long
for
as
his
it's not
portfolio.
casting couch.
I don't imagine anybody doing voice acting for Casting Couch.
Or Bang Bus.
Oh,
This has evolved rather quickly.
Whee!
how much you want to be paid? 4,000.
Yes.
Ah, it's too high.
Zip.
Gotta lower that cost, babe.
It's too damn high.
Zip.
This taxi don't cost that much.
Unzips pants.
No.
Speaking of cost, the last topic that we have for the night is misrepresenting
it-
prices. Go ahead.
Before we move on, I
Sure,
have a
sure, sure.
challenge. I have a challenge.
Oh no.
For gaming developers and movie studios and all of that, make a character who is mute, says nothing, versus a character who is voice acted, and tell me which one people get along with better.
You know, there is a lot of games. I absolutely enjoy a game that can portray things non-verbally.
Yeah.
I think, you know,
Right,
the
but
most.
there's a difference between a game that can convey something non-verbally and a character who is designed to do that, and a character who, for instance, the Bayonetta character, would be talking and conversing, and then just suddenly doesn't. How well would your game sell if your main character did nothing? Or
You-
said nothing, rather.
You know, you are the master of nothing. Why don't we expound on that? Go ahead.
No,
But
no.
you know you have
You
a
were moving
powerful
on to the next
character.
content.
Oh,
You know, you
oh,
have-
now that's important. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, it's
ahead.
gonna. You know, you have a powerful character when they can successfully make other people, I guess, refund or whatever their pre-orders of Bayonetta 3.
Yes. One of our friends, actually, one of my friends on Twitter, she plays WoW. She refunded her pre-order because fuck that guy. And good on her. Good on her for doing that. I fully support that.
Well, the good news is I'm already on that bandwagon because I don't give two shits about Bayonetta.
Hey, there you go.
But in all honesty, stand up for what you believe in. Don't purchase this product. In fact, you know what? Moving forward, at least the next few months until the next awesome game comes out, don't do anything with Platinum Games.
Not
Yeah.
until that insect is gone.
Yes.
They need-
Exactly.
They need pest control badly.
Absolutely.
Ouch. Are you telling me there's an
Perhaps
insect
maybe
at the
donate
top
to
of the
your
chain?
local food banks, cancer, charities, Red Cross, St. Javelin.
Ooh, my
If you're looking
favorite.
for
My favorite
Mayflower.
charity is what was it? The Last Chance Play. I forgot what it is. It's a charity for children that gives them video game consoles or opportunities to play video games on consoles before they effectively die of some terminal disease. Child's Play. That's what it's
before
called.
their
That's
life
so
subscriptions are
sweet.
canceled.
Before they're
That's
canceled.
insensitive and horrible. I'm sorry.
Before
Wow.
they're canceled from life. Okay.
Jesus.
That's so sweet before they're canceled. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Yeah, see, in my defense, I will say that I have a family member that is looking to terminate their life subscription.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a barcode. He has no emotions, or they have no emotions.
Well, like I said, in my
Emotions cost
defense,
an
I have a
extra
family
monthly
member who's
subscription.
looking to terminate their life subscription because they have ALS, and I understand that. And I support that because ALS is horrifying. There you go. Donate to ALS societies near you.
Donate to what
ALS
makes
is
you feel
awful.
good about yourself for not spending money on a video game
Yes.
sponsored by a xenophobe bigot. There you go.
Donate to my goldfish?
Spend it on your goldfish. Give them new things
Dude.
to hide in.
Goldie needs more sand.
Yes. Moving on.
Moving on.
Lawsuit
Let's
accuses
please.
state of survival makers of misleading pricing.
Oh, good lord.
Complaints claim developer misled users by advertising sales next to normal prices it never charged.
You know,
Sounds like that sounds like Valentine's Day at the grocery store when you go to buy a dozen roses and they're like $50 when they're normally priced for like $25.
but you never see them for like $50 ever.
Yeah, or you go to buy a box of condoms and they're on sale for $20 and the regular price is $20.
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah,
I ever
we- trust
trust on sale condoms. Like that sounds like a bad plan.
They're close to their expiry. Quick, use them. Some of their advertising, actually, I don't have any links or anything to any of this, but it's just what I've noticed from mobile gaming. Some of their advertising is actually misleading as well.
Oh fuck yeah.
And there's a lot of mobile gaming that's doing misleading advertising, showing you things that are the trending thing to do in the mobile gaming world, but don't exist in the game at all.
Yeah. Did you not notice? I noticed.
Oh, we're not doing this. No,
Pepper
we're not
Damn
doing
farmer
this right now.
vendors.
Look, I noticed their notice of sale pricing. You should notice my noticing of their notice.
I'll notice your notice when it's not and I'm not a guest in a podcast. We're not going to break all of his audience here. Come on.
Oh, come on. I'm sure by now the audience has noticed that I noticed the notices.
Oh, I'm sure they noticed all the noticing.
It is noted.
Oh, yeah.
It has been noted.
Erupted into noticing.
And the mimosas are talking.
Oh,
Yes. The tequila is hitting.
I am 7 ciders and 2 shiners into this, so everything is fuzzy. So,
I'm going to go stream after this.
wee.
I will
I'm going to go
harass
play
you.
Chivalry 2 after this.
Oh, no.
So the entire idea is that there's a lawsuit against this game called, I have my notepad up.
State of Survival.
State of Survival, and it's not uncommon to this particular title. And in particular, there's actually another mobile title that's being hit for this. And it's for the fact that they're advertising. And speaking frankly, you've been into free play games where they're like, buy our in-game currency, and they're always gems or dildos or something, and you have to buy them. And whenever you go to buy them, it's always at slash pricing. And by slash pricing, I mean you'll see a price and a slash through it, and then a price that you actually buy it for. Normally $99.99, but you can buy this for $89.99, right? And the entire crux of this discussion is that if it's always $89.99, was it ever $99.99 if they never sold it at $99.99? That's where the class action lawsuit comes in.
Right? Is it technically a sale if it's ever actually on sale?
That's right. So selling it at $89.99 when you're saying it should be $99.99, is it really $99.99? And we've all seen it. Every microtransaction mobile title that you've ever seen has some sort of in-game currency, and everything is at slash pricing after $20.
Or in their case, $9.97 or $9.99 versus $997.40 USD.
And it's not isolated to just 2 particular mobile platforms. I swear to you, all mobile platforms have this type of appeal. Time limited, gotta get it now. It's on sale, you're gonna miss out, and it creates a sense of urgency for people to impulse buy. And that is the manipulative practice that the lawsuit is actually representing. Why are you representing a price that never was? That
It's
you're
like
selling
having a
below?
Black Friday sale all year long.
Right.
Because it makes you more money.
Yeah. And that's really what it's all about, is making money.
And the issue,
So stupid.
at least in my opinion, and this is an opinion show. In my opinion, at least, mobile gaming is relatively new, legally speaking. So there's not as many regulations and laws to protect the consumer in the mobile gaming theater, which is probably why these practices are so widespread.
Probably, but that's also where we get to thank California, because it's California's advertising laws that are what got them nailed. And that's good. Because as much as people might not like, all the warnings they get on every product they buy, and the state of California, blank, blah, blank, blah, blank, has been known to cause cancer.
Literally
Everything's been known to cause cancer.
Everything.
Broccoli has
Like-
been known to cause cancer.
Actually, let me see.
Breathing has been known to cause cancer.
I have
Perhaps
some
you
Old
should
Spice
try-
deodorant
known
here.
to cause cancer.
Cancer
Exactly.
has been known to cause cancer, yes.
Exactly. So as much as we might make fun of California laws and warnings, at least it has benefited the rest of the fucking world because thankfully that's where they're being sued because
Actually,
under
hold on.
California law, you can't say that shit.
I have a thing of Old Spice deodorant here. Not sponsored.
Oh, I
It doesn't
can't
say anything
whistle.
about that.
If you state California, it's been known to cause cancer.
No, it's not on there.
It's like, hey baby, you're smelling awful like cancer today.
You see, that's called Axe body spray.
Ooh. Let's see. I have a tube of bicycle lube here, which I used for my flight stick at one point.
Sure.
Bicycle.
No, I'm
lube,
legit.
bicycle.
It's
Whoa, whoa, hold on,
Is
hold
that
on.
cool?
Hold on.
Park. You can look this up online. It's Park Tool.
Bicycle lube.
normally-
P-A-R-K-T-O-O-L. It's for
Lube and
bicycle
sticks.
gears. It's for bicycle
Normally, you
gears.
don't call it bicycle lube. You call it chain lubricant or bicycle
chain
lubricant. When you
We'll
call
call it
something
that.
lube, Rule 34
It's
applies,
called
sir.
polylube. What do you want me to say? It's polylube.
I guess
No,
you
that's
put
literally
yourself
what's on the
flight
bottle.
risk.
I
Oh.
love this podcast. Okay.
Where did you
Okay. Completely derailed. So, mobile transactions bullshit. Never trust. Just stop downloading free apps.
Here's the remainder of the show summed up in one sound.
Oh,
By the way, also, this has no warning about in California.
may cause cancer.
just don't put it in your mouth?
Oh no! You're getting
Oh,
no.
Doink.
Actually, I've also got some lottery tickets here. I wonder if these cause cancer.
They probably will, especially if you don't hit the jackpot.
just don't sniff the shavings. All
Your
right,
tears will cause cancer.
Oh no.
we are overtime. Let's get our round table out of the way.
Oh, this is what happens when you
That's
drink.
it. I'm checking out.
Oh, Amy, checked out. What have you got going on this upcoming week?
I have more work-related shenanigans. Being in a union is all kinds of fun, especially when people start acting dumb, so I get to deal with that. But also, I hit level 79 on my Death Knight in WoW Classics. I'm hoping to hit level 80 very, very shortly. Other than that, I will be harassing Vatnix online on Twitter because fuck those guys. You can find me over at Twitter at twitter.com/IME21.
If you haven't noticed, Amy at this particular point has a handsome fella as his avatar, and it is quite
Yes.
the handsomest fellow because the
I know.
barcode is on the lapel.
Yes, I'm a very handsome fellow.
Barcodius.
You can make a donation to St. Javelin, or make a purchase from stjavelin.com, and you can follow the tweets around to find Kamala and get yourself a fella of your own if you
And
so
also
desire.
the
And that way
fella-
we can kick the shit out of Vatnix.
You know,
Get
I
the
need,
fella
fuck
has
out of
I
his
need
way.
a Lumi fella, so I'm going to totally do that after this podcast is done.
Sorry, you were saying crit?
Said now the Lumi comes with a tank.
Yes. I also have a tonk thanks to the wonderful, beautiful Crit Chicken. Thank you.
Here, post that real quick. I'll put it up on stream.
Oh, tonk. Where did I put tonk?
Are you telling me Barcodius Supremus is now a Tunkius Maximus?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, no.
and I put it somewhere.
This way, when
It's
he
some-
wins a conversation, he could say, "Thank you, come again."
Tonks. Tonks have stonks.
Thanks for the memories.
Where
Well,
the
while he
fuck did
looks
I
for
put
it,
that?
Chris, what have you got coming up for this week? You have new artwork and all kinds of awesome things. Tell me, what is happening in the world of cred?
I am trying to get to level 80 just like Amy is. I'm level 78 on my Bumpkin because I like destroying things, but I actually would have been 80 by now had I not done my professions. I'm trying to use my tablet more, but I'm still elementary school level drawing skill, but maybe one day I could improve. But other than that, I have a little bit over a month to plot out how I'm going to Kidnap a barcode.
Well, I mean, you've already got a plane
Yay.
ticket down there. You don't have to kidnap him. He's going to like knock on your door and like, yo, would you like to scan me?
Shh.
But yeah,
So I
not
found
much.
Tonk. I will post the image of Tonk in chat.
There you
is
go.
the image of Tonk. That is by the beautiful, wonderful Crit Chicken. She was so gracious enough to create this wonderful image for me. Thank you very much, sweetie.
Yo, I'm bad at drawing, but at least I'm decent with photomanip.
It is beautiful. I thoroughly enjoy this because now I can go beat up some fatnicks.
There we go. We'll
Some
put it in the upper
tankies.
right-hand corner there, right above my head. I'll wear it as a hat. There we go. Tonks.
Oh,
there
there
you
you
go. Tonk.
And that's what this show is all about, supporting who we appreciate the most, right?
Yar.
Indeed.
I don't see it.
Oh, it's because I'm showing
yeah, it's not
everything
there.
else. Hold on. Where did it go? Oh, no. Hold on. It's here somewhere. Is it?
That tonk was so strong it broke the fabric of reality.
Dude, you have no
It
idea.
did.
Look at me. I will now wear you as a hat.
There we go.
Yay.
Oh boy.
There we go. The good fella. He's a handsome fella. Indeed. Let's get to Bomb Redeemer. Bomb Redeemer, tell us about you. Follow and subscribe Bomb Redeemer on Twitch and Video Redeemer on Twitter. Go ahead, Mr. Redeemer.
Video
What do you got
Redeemer
coming
on
up? What's going on? Tell us about your exciting plans. Tell us about Club Redeemer.
Yes, Club Redeemer is my Discord server for all streamers in my quote-unquote partnership. Really just friends of mine who like to stream and create content for YouTube and Twitch. A place for everyone to hang out, communicate, advertise for their own streams, and grow their audiences together. I'm trying to maintain a schedule through my hectic life on Twitch and trying to get videos edited and uploaded to my YouTube channel.
Amen,
Twitter
brother.
is... I don't really use Twitter.
You should shit post more.
I don't shitpost. I can't.
I will teach you.
I don't know the ways.
I will teach you the ways of shit posting.
This is the way.
I'll just post empty boxes and go look at my nothing.
Yes.
It's free real estate.
Oh, yes, free real estate.
Look at the nothing.
The nothing. There's so much nothing. I'm running out of space for my nothing.
Buy
Actually-
nothing today.
My favorite quote from the original advertisement I did for nothing. We dropped the nothing from 2,000 feet, unsupported, no parachute, straight into the ground. Nothing survived.
You have been
Nothing
reduced to nothing.
Nothing survives everything.
Yes.
Kind of like that tank that ran over those strips.
Oh God,
Oh,
that
man.
fucking. Oh my God.
Oh, the video of the Russian tank running over the landmines today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that AFV.
Oh.
So I went into the comment section of that thread, and apparently, it's related to the fact that the hatches were closed, and nobody was looking above the vehicle. And when you're looking through the ports on the viewports on those things, they're so narrow. You've got like a 50-ish meter gap between you and the road that you can't see. So 50 meters out of your vehicle in front of you is roughly where you can start seeing. And because the guy took that turn so sharp, there's no way he would have seen the fucking mines and decided to go drive over top of the mine. Oh, it's beautiful.
So
I
were
do
they
like
in
your hat,
combat?
Lumi.
Did they not have any reason for someone to pop their head out of the tank and go, "Hey, maybe we
Probably
shouldn't go
they
this
had
way"?
just been under fire, would be my
Ah.
guess. I really like the hat, Lumi. My Tonks is amazing.
Well, it is kind of unfortunate we didn't get to see yet another Russian tank send its turret to the stratosphere.
Yeah. But the gold medal still belongs to the one that was captured by the I think it was the Japanese news service. They were filming. They were on this highway, and this tank exploded, and you see the turret go like 300 meters in the air. It's gorgeous. And that was back in what, March, I think it was. But yeah, that was beautiful.
So what's interesting about, and this is just my my take on Bomb Redeemer, he's a very creative person and has collected a lot of creative talent to create a lot of creative things in Minecraft, Space Engineers, and other items where you can create things. I know it's very broad, but most specifically, I'm very impressed with Mr. Redeemer and the work that he has done with his Redeemerlings, I guess I should call them.
Bomb, we should go do some Empyrean again.
Yes, we need to get back.
I
into
like that more than Space Engineers, to be fair. I like it more than Space Engineers.
See,
Although,
the engineering side of me likes Space Engineers because I get rotors, pistons, and hinges. I don't have that in Empyrean, so the engineer can't be fully released.
Oh.
But we can go dismantle bases.
Yes,
And
we can do
I
that.
can go make my planet killers.
But there's also several mods now for Space Engineers that you can use for an immersive experience in the galaxy, in which multiple AI and NPC factions will spawn land bases and ships that will actually show up.
But
and
see,
assault your
those are
bases.
mods. They're not part of the core game. That's what Empyrean has.
But they're lightweight.
But it's core game for Empyrean.
But they're lightweight.
Core game.
I don't even know what's going on here.
We'll be fighting over this for the next 6 hours. Don't mind us. Mod, core game. Mod, core game. Mod, core game.
No, what I really want to do is I want to get a bunch of people together and I want to go play Factorio.
Yes.
And
I
just
would
see
love
what
to do some
psychotic
Factorio.
crap we can come up with.
Can we make that really, really, really big artillery system again?
Yes.
You mean the cinnamon bun snake artillery system that you showed me?
The cinnamon
the
bun
one that was
from
just
hell.
that was oversized, overgunned, and wiped out the entire inhabitants of the entire planet. Yes, complete with an auto-loading system that was obscene in length and girth.
Yep.
Yes.
When it can you feel it? It's
You
length.
felt it,
It's
whether you wanted to or not.
girth.
Let me go ahead and let's wrap up the podcast because we are effectively
need to
12 minutes
drink,
past.
This is getting dangerously not safe for work.
Thank you.
I need to not drink when I do this.
Thank you. No, this was probably the most fun. Thank you for joining us on the UDP broadcast, where we offer both an uninformed and informed opinions on things happening in the gaming
Uneducated
universe.
guesses.
Uneducated guesses as well. Yes. I don't have much else planned except to go ahead and promote the podcast and do all the things I should do as a podcast host to make things happen. Other than that, please give us a follow. Twitch.tv, Luminary Weekly, YouTube.com/C/Luminary Weekly. And keep an eye out. We are live every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's UTC -5. Keep an eye on Twitter at twitter.com/Luminary Weekly for any updates, along with IME21 Needs Espresso and
Video_Redeemer.
well, yeah, him too for sure. But Nordic
No,
Cajun.
don't follow me. I don't use it.
You don't follow him.
I'm trying to be nice to you.
I'm not trying to be a leader. I want to be the follower.
I am the follower.
Join us next week for more shenanigans. I'm Luminary, and I bid you a farewell.
Good night,
Crew,
everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Nothing.
and I hit the stop recording button on nothing, and that's what's most important. Let me go ahead and start the pretzel stuff. I'm going to go bio and stuff. Let's do a quick post show and call ourselves good for the night.
And then maybe raid.
Oh, you want to
Jalen.
raid? Who do you
Yes,
want to raid?
Jalen is
Jalen.
live right
All
now.
right, let's raid some
Oh.
Jalen. Let's see.
Oh, well then.
Well, if we're gonna raid some Jalen, let's raid some Jalen because he needs some raiding. Man, there's a gap. If there was
Raiding.
ever a gap to fill, it would be the raid gap that Jalen has. So
Jalen is definitely one of the nicest and wholesome people I've ever known.
You know, and I appreciate his content. I've been tuning in here and there, have him make our presence known. I have a 6-month subs to him, and I suggest anyone who's going to raid with us to go ahead and give them a good 1 month slap on the ass, saying, "Hey, I recognize
Slap on
you
the ass,
and your
ooh.
content. Yeah, no.
I already beat you guys. I've been watching him since he went live.
Wait, even
Wow.
Content creation has always been a labor of love. You don't expect anything back, and you put your whole self into it. Hopefully, everyone will love you. And I love every one of you, and that's what matters the most. Let's see here. JLEN. No, is it
WB Jalen, or Warbringer Jalen is his Twitch.
It didn't come up. Let's see here. War. Oh, it might help
Here.
if I spelled correctly.
I'll throw it in. I'll throw it in Discord for you. Eh. Here you go.
No, I've got to be. I'm subscribed to him. I should be able to find him.
I can't wait for that Bob Ross stream.
Yes. The Jalen Ross. Hell
There we
yes.
go.
Yeah.
It's actually Warbringer Jalen. He has 8 current viewers. Let's start the raid. Ready to raid in 7, 6, 5, 4,
1.
3, 2, and 1. Raid now.
Yay.
Raid.
Boom! It's happened.
We are live.
Party of 6.
Spam him. Spam with all the things.
Spam with all the things, indeed. Let me see here. Oh, look, I had the hype train. That's
I swear he goes live on Saturdays only because he knows he's getting a raid.
Yeah, let me go ahead and terminate my stream on YouTube real quick. End stream. And your stream will stop immediately and will no longer be alive. That's fine.
I mean, this is good for him, especially as